All right, good afternoon. We're up here on Skiatook Lake this afternoon, and I would like to demonstrate a couple of techniques that I've developed over the course of the last couple of years using some LOWRANCE equipment that have really enhanced my ability to be able to fish out in open water and fish open water waypoints with the least amount of disturbance to the fish. The first technique I wanted to display to you this morning is some boat positioning that I want to do. We're going to ease up on this waypoint right here. This is our current position right here where this black arrow is, and you can see that we're sitting in about 31, 32 feet of water. That waypoint up there on the map is in 20 feet. So what I want to do this morning is drop down a couple of baits. While I'm out here in deep water, I want to drop them down to 20 feet. And as you can see on the screen there, my bait going down, and I'm going to jig it a couple of times where you can see it's right in that 20-foot range. And what we would typically do is put our 4 baits down out here in deeper water, so when we arrive at that ledge, and that's what that is, this right here is about a 90-degree bend in the Hominy Creek River channel, and this big area up here is a 20-foot deep flat, and that waypoint is right on the edge of that drop-off. So what we want to do, I'm using a LOWRANCE HDS Gen 2 12-inch touchscreen unit this morning. It also is incorporated with a 0.1 compass. The 0.1 compass increases the update rate on my position. It also has an integrated compass built into the antenna, so it orients the bow of my boat is oriented with the point on that little black arrow right there, and no matter how slow I'm going, I can still maintain that orientation. And that is critical on being able to move up on a waypoint out in open water. So I just got the trolling motor fired up. This morning I'm using a Motor Guide XI5 wireless remote with pinpoint GPS. That allows me to go up here to this waypoint, stop the boat, and anchor the boat with what I call a virtual anchor. It's a feature the trolling motor has because of the GPS that's built into it. But it will allow us to position the boat directly on top of that ledge. Now you can see I've started the trolling motor up. We're going 0.8 miles an hour. I don't want to race up on this waypoint. I want to ease up here. When I get a little bit closer, I'm going to slow down some. But you'll be able to see that I'll be able to stay on track going right to that waypoint. It actually has just eliminated the need for a marker buoy. I never use marker buoys anymore. I don't have to drop a marker buoy around where I'm going to be fishing to get tangled up in or to spook the fish. Now I'm going to start slowing down. You can see we're coming up on that ledge, and when we get up there on top of it, we're going to be right in about 20 feet of water. I'm slowing down a little bit so I don't overshoot, and the wind is kind of swirling on me a little bit down here this morning, but I will be able to hit that waypoint. I'll have baits in position, and when we arrive at the very top of that ledge, we're already going to be baited up and be able to, present our baits to the fish without making a lot of noise right there when we get to the fish. So you can see I'm kind of slowing down a little bit, and we're just about there. There's our 20 feet. There's our waypoint. It's just over to our left. I'm going to stop us right here. I'm going to engage the anchor feature. And you can see there's some fish. Right there, we started marking some fish right there on that ledge. Now the anchor feature is engaged on the trolling motor right now. It's going to search and find that position where I engage that anchor feature, but it should be right on top of that waypoint and hold us right there while we've already got our baits down there, and we're able to fish. Now it's December. You can see the water temp there on my screen is 45 degrees today. The fish up on Skiatook are pretty inactive this time of year, but the demonstration I wanted to do this morning is good whether there's fish here or not. But you can see that I was able to bait up my rods out there in the deeper water, pull right up to the waypoint, and position the boat on top of that spot. We're right on the ledge. That 32 foot of water is right behind us. So that's how we do that. You can see the boat right now is sitting right dead on top of that waypoint. We're in 20.3 feet of water. We got 4 lines down. And if there was hybrids down there, we'd be catching fish right now. So, I'm out here by myself this morning. I'd be pretty busy if there were hybrids down there and I had 4 baits in that strike zone down there. All right, we've moved up the lake about a mile, and what we're going to do right now is show you another technique on how to position the boat on an open water waypoint without going over the waypoint. So in this particular situation, what we have here, this dark blue line on the chart is an old roadbed on Skiatook Lake, and I have a waypoint right on top of that roadbed right there in front of us. This is where we're sitting right here at this black arrowhead. Now, an important thing that I want to try and show you here, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit and zoom in on something down here on the corner of my screen, and it's this scale graduation right here. And what you see is a bracket there, and the distance of that bracket is, and this where the map is setting right now, is set at 100 feet. So that distance right there from there to there is 100 feet on my map screen. So I'm going to go back up here to the chart, and what you'll see is we're sitting here about 150 feet away from that waypoint there. Now, one thing I've done this morning to kind of be able to do this demonstration is I've actually put a marker buoy up there on that waypoint. Now, I would never do that if I was fishing this spot, but for the purpose of this demonstration, to be able to show you how I can use this Lowrance equipment, the XI5 trolling motor, the 0.1 compass, to be able to position the boat up here and hold off of that waypoint at a distance that where I'll be able to cast to it. If I was using a spoon or a crankbait, that roadbed right there is about 18 feet deep. So what I'd like to do is be able to move the boat up there, stop the boat about 50 feet from the waypoint. So we're gonna disengage the anchor feature on the XI5 and start moving up toward that waypoint. Now I'm only going to use the map here to do this, but when we get through, I'll be able to show you that we are actually pretty close to that waypoint. Now I'm going to start slowing down. And what I want to do is get up here, and then again, I want to stop the boat at a distance where I'll be able to reach that with a cast. Now you can see I've moved up there. I'm slowing down now. I'm going to engage the anchor feature on the trolling motor, so we'll be able to stop the boat right here, and you'll see our speed. Our speed here will be decreasing. I'll zoom out just a little bit. Now then, if you'll see where the black arrow is and where the waypoint is, that's close enough now for me to reach that waypoint with a cast. So I'm going to move the camera now. I'm going to show you where the waypoint is, and you can see the way this roadbed is. We're just kind of parallel right along here beside this roadbed, and I can fish this thing all the way up to the waypoint and off to our left side. All right, now I've moved the camera, and you can see the waypoint there right in front of the boat. There's the bow of the boat, the trolling motor, and that marker buoy is out there exactly on top of that waypoint that we had on the chart a while ago. So that's how we would position the boat to be able to fish this waypoint without ever going over the waypoint and spooking the fish. In this case, this roadbed holds a lot of fish in the spring and summer up here on Skiatook.